Hey y'all, welcome back to the last training video in Odyssey's series. I said I was going to finish the series out, and here we are. It may be a few months after we competed in the Classic, but this is going to be the last video because it covers the last two shows that we did before we headed to Kentucky for the Mustang Classic. Thank you so much to everyone who's been following along. It really means so much that y'all have been enjoying the videos and watching Odyssey's journey. When Odyssey leaves for his new home, I will post his journey video, and that will be the final update. So here we are at the Florida Horse Park again for a schooling starter show. So we're doing the same starter test we've been doing at the previous shows. I think we did that test 4 times, but it was good practice for Odyssey. This was the best free walk I ever got out of Odyssey in a test. It is his favorite movement. He loves to stretch down.
Get that money.
I picked Odyssey for his walk, and I was not wrong. He has an amazing walk. He actually scored a 9 on this movement, which I was very proud of. This was also our best scoring starter dressage test. Still some greenness, still some tension, but he had gotten over his fear of the boards and the letters at this point, and he wasn't worried about them. We had actually signed up to do a test of choice, and so in a minute you'll see some clips from the next test that we did, where we were able to school the same training level dressage test that we were going to be doing in Kentucky.
Super.
I don't remember exactly what this scored, but I think it was in the lower half of the 30s, eventing scoring, obviously, and that was the best score that we'd gotten. Still a little bit wiggly. I might have steered him past the center line a bit, but it was the most relaxed he'd been. And here are some clips from the training level dressage test. There was a baby horse interfering with the filming of this video, which happens, and it's no problem at all. There were some really good clips, and only a couple moments where the baby horse got in the way. So there was a little bit of tension there, and then he softened a bit more into that canter circle. And here for our stretch trot circle, he was super willing to stretch down, a little bit off with the steering on my part, but he did a nice stretch for me. Now, it's worth mentioning the nose part of the noseband had slid down, and I didn't really realize this or know how to fix it because it slid down after I started riding. And so I later learned that I can put rubber bands under it to keep it from sliding down, and that's what I did. Another nice little free walk, although he got a bit distracted there. But this part of the test really helps him to focus. Once again, baby horse getting in the way, which is completely understandable. It's hard to film and hold a baby horse. This test scored, I believe, around a 65% in dressage scoring, which was not too bad for his first time doing it. These changes of direction across the diagonal line really helped him out. I think it helped him relax to go in a straight line for a second, and he stayed pretty straight. Once again, just a bit of greenness in the canter, but we were able to get so much closer to the rail than we had been previously, when I had to steer him off it so that he wasn't spooking. Now here I made a pilot error. Because we'd done the same test like 4 times where we did a broken center line, I forgot to turn it A because I went on autopilot mode. So that was completely my fault and a very dumb mistake. So on to the show jumping. This was actually the exact same course that had been set 2 weeks prior. And fence 3 was the fence that I had fallen off at. So I knew that if I could at least clear fence 3, there would have been some improvement. And there was plenty of improvement. He was jumping very cute that day. Here he had a little bit of a startle, but it still didn't quite count as a stop because he didn't go backwards.
Keep going. Yeah. Woo! Good girl.
I was super proud of his improvement and his willingness to jump despite being a little more nervous in this ring than he had been in the last one that we showed in. Once again, stops and jumps from a standstill. I got a little bit left behind.
That's all right. Good girl.
And good boy, Odyssey.
All right. Good job.
Now on to our cross country. I got sent this video. I didn't have any of the start of the course because there was no one available to film. He was feeling super confident at this point. Hopped right over that little ditch. It was kind of a tough course for a starter. There was 1 or maybe 2 jumps that caught him out, but he still was willing to go over them. Trotting through the water here. I was trotting for this part of the course because I didn't want to get speed faults because he's a very fast little pony and was going quite quick. And we went on to the finish line and he finished up no problem.
Good boy.
The next week, Elisa opted to show him again in this arena to help him have another confidence building round. This was super helpful for him and I'm really glad that she was willing to show him again.
Is that Julia, right? Julia's on deck.
Good bunny.
I got to show him afterwards. He was super good. Very brave. He seemed to like this ring a lot. I'm trying to share only short clips because of the music that was playing in the background. Even going through this little one stride, he was very good.
Good boy.
Good boy, Odyssey. This was not long before we left for the classic. We were just screwing around with some obstacles, trying to bomb-proof him before the show. I knew that we were not going to be doing a freestyle, but I got a few random things together just to get him super broke to all kinds of weird things happening. And it makes a good sail ad. I kind of wish I asked him for more speed because he is a speedy little pony and he had a lot of fun racing around with this kite. And that spells the end of Odyssey's series. Thank y'all so much again for following along. It's helped grow the channel a lot. I've been able to get monetized this year, which is a super cool milestone. And I'm looking forward to continuing on with future training series with Kirby and Espen.